What's up, everyone? It's me again, Maury, and today we're going to be doing, today I'm going to be starting a series called Healthy Snacking Series with Maury. And if you watch some of the other videos, I did a no-bake banana sushi, and that was a healthier alternative than eating chips or candy. And I want to start this series because I have been snacking a lot, and I don't know about you all, but I've been snacking a lot while being at home, and I wanted to transition into a more healthier-ish alternative so that I'm not eating chips and candy and all this junk food at home, because I want to feel a little bit better. I want to feel good about the food that I'm giving my body, and I want to share that all with you. So this is not to say that, this is the healthiest alternative. It's just to say that it is a healthier alternative than eating the junk food that we have at home or that we buy. And it's kind of a fun snack to do. So the healthy snack that we're making today is called it's a celery snack, and we're gonna make them look like snails. And this is gonna be using celery, apples, and peanut butter. You can use Nutella or almond butter if you would like. Nutella isn't always the healthiest thing, but if that's the only thing that you have also, you can use that. And apples and celery are really good for nutrients, so that's kind of where the quote-unquote healthy part comes from. Peanut butter too has a little bit of protein in there, so we're going to be using these ingredients to create our celery animal, and I hope you all enjoy. So we're going to flip to the next clip so that you all can follow along. So the first ingredient we are going to be using are celery hearts. I bought these from Target, and I had already pre-washed them under warm water for about 30 seconds, as well as chop them into smaller pieces. Some of them are thinner than others, but we won't be using all of them. Some of these I'll actually be using as a snack for myself, but a few of these I'll be using as demonstration. So then you're going to need an apple. This is a Gala apple, but you can use any apple that you would like. Some creamy peanut butter. Another healthy alternative could be honey creamy almond butter or Nutella, which isn't exactly healthy, but that's all you have. That's all you have. And then you're going to need some raisins for the eyes of our celery snails. And of course, a knife and a plate. So we included a cutting board because while doing this video, we found that using the plate was not effective. So hopefully you all will be using a cutting board instead. But here's our celery, and then I had to use a different apple because the first one was a fail, but that's okay because everything is about trial and error. So now we're going to cut the apple, and we're going to want to cut them into thin slices because this will act as the shell of our snail that we're trying to do with the celery, okay? So first what you're going to want to do is cut the apple. Maybe this knife is not the best knife, but please be careful when you are cutting your food because you want to watch your fingers. So if you're cutting, you want to either use your knuckles, or if you need a better grip, to use your fingers, but please be aware of where your fingers are so that you don't slice your hand or any of the tip of your fingers or nails. So I'm only going to use half of this, well, a little less than half for now. So we're going to put that over here. So we're going to take this apple, and then you're going to want to put it on its side. I'm going to first cut this in half. Okay, cut this piece in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to want to cut it, let's use this one. You're going to want to cut it into a thin slice. If you can, use a better knife, but okay, we're going to cut it into a thin slice, such as this. That's beautiful. So the way that's gonna work is it's gonna be like this, or on this one like this, okay? So remember, this is our snail shell. So I'm gonna cut one more. Remember to watch your fingers to cut a slice. Try to start in little pieces, so just to be a little bit more safe. Okay, this one's a little bit of a thick one, that's fine, but that's how it's gonna look. We're gonna go ahead and put this to the side. And next, we're going to get our peanut butter, okay? So this is how we're gonna stack it. So I have my raisins, and you can use pretzels for the ears or the antennas of the snail, but I didn't have pretzels, so we're gonna work with what we have as usual. So I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to grab a little bit of peanut butter. You're gonna go ahead and put it on the inside of your celery stick, okay? And just so you all know, this is my own personal peanut butter. I do not share this peanut butter with anyone, and that's why I was able to put the knife that I used to slice the fruits. But if you are, you know, sharing amongst others, or if you are making this for others at a later date, make sure you wash the knife, okay? And of course, always wash your hands before you are working with any food. So this is a pretty full celery stick. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. Just like that, get it real good inside of it. And you can put as little or as much peanut butter as you would like. You can put a thin layer, a thick layer, whatever your heart desires.
You can fast forward this part.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now that that's done, we are going to take your snail shell and just dip it right there. Just like that. Okay. This one, oh, this might be a little bit too thick. That's okay. Okay. And how do we make our snail face? So I'm gonna put this to the side for a second. So this is gonna be essentially a glob. So you wanna take a little bit more peanut butter, and then you get to choose whichever side you want to. I'm gonna put it on this side, and then you're gonna put a glob of peanut butter, and then try to shape it into a circle or like a dome as best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna eat it right after this. So, okay, you can cut off a little excess if you wanted to, if you know you're not gonna use that, but that'll be a good snack, right? So now in this, you're gonna take a raisin or chocolate chip, but raisins are a little bit healthier. You can make the eyes. Let's actually cut this raisin. It's kind of big. So I'm gonna cut our raisin. Okay. And you're gonna put the raisin so that the point is sticking out. Okay. And that could also be their antenna if you really think about it. Okay. And if you are feeling extra creative, what you can do, I'm not a masterpiece and I don't know how this is gonna work, but you can draw lines on your snail. Well, snail. So you can draw lines on your snail, or you can just draw a little, add peanut butter, because peanut butter and apples are just as healthy, right? It kind of looks more like a bug than it does a snail, but that's okay. Like a little ladybug almost, right? So we can change the video of this title to Ladybug, or another bug-like animal, okay? And then you can put a little raisin there. If you wanted to do a smile, you can do chocolate chips, but we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and do our second one. So since this is a little bit bigger, you can press the raisin. Let's see if it works. Yeah, we're gonna cut it a little bit and add a little bit more peanut butter. Okay. This is a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. That's a lot of peanut butter. Okay. And see now if our raisin fits better. Kind of looks like a odd looking fly. If you've ever seen the eyes of a fly on like Google Images or something, that's kind of what it looks like. This is like the beak. So yeah, it's not too much like a snail, but it looks like some type of bug. So it's a cute little animal, maybe. This is what they look like on a thick and thin one. You could also just separate these and just eat them individually, but if you want to get a little creative, have a little fun. As you can see, mine is not entirely perfect, but that is okay. And this is what our little celery animals look like. I'm sure they're just as delicious. Not what they look like, but I'm sure they're delicious. And so, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and have the rest of my nutrient-filled, vitamin-filled, low-sodium-filled snack. And I hope you all enjoyed this healthy snacking series.